So appreciate Matt Van Epps coming in. Very nice guy. We give people like that. We give everybody crap. That's what we do. But I was good having a conversation. He goes, thank you so much for having a conversation. I'm like, I appreciate it. It's good. It's good. He is who he is. A lot of you are like, he's MAGA. He is MAGA. I think we know that. He supports the president. I support the president. You guys are like, no, you don't. No, I do. What I support, everybody should support the president to do the right thing and for America to win. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle it is. That's what we want. We're all doing well. That'd be a good thing. That being said, the weed thing, I will say, did not go over well in the text line. It's like, how do you not know about weed?
What was his response?
I have to look at it. It's been,
Yeah, he hasn't looked at it.
Yeah, it's like, no, dude.
That's where you should have had me or Ken walk in there and go, here, just smoke this real quick, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, what do you think of that? That feel good? You feel better about that? Yeah. You guys want to win some more? But, again.
You want to get high?
Tally, you better settle down.
Guys, are many.
But he is in the Trump camp. He loves Trump. It's, I want to know what you're going to do. I wish we'd have more time. And he said, look, I'd come back again. And by the way, we just got a text from Afton and, trying to get her in here as well because we need to have these conversations. And I like the fact that, said he'd work across the aisle because, the Gallup poll today, they asked right, left, center, everybody, 80% agreed across the board in so many things where you would think, well, that's not like us, right? We don't agree on stuff because we all want some compromise because the 80% is us, not the extremes, right? And by the way, the extremes are 5%. The other 5% on each side are people who don't care about anything at all. The nihilist or just oblivious, which we have talked about. There is a certain fun thing about being oblivious to things. But we want compromise. We want them to get stuff done. The Congress's chlamydia has a better rating than Congress.
Yeah, Congress is in the tank.
Yeah, you know why? Because people are like, well, at least when I got chlamydia, we're having fun.
Death has a higher popularity rating than Congress.
Yeah. I mean, and why is that? Because they don't work together. Everything's performative. And people recognize that. And a lot of you were, again, not happy about the weed thing. And some of the, the things that you look at out there, the affordability things, there's only so much. Affordability is really going to come from the state and the cities. Like the government's only, the federal government's only going to be able to do so much in that situation. And the reason is because, well, if you're going to go out and build in Franklin, you're going to go out, anywhere, it's that's going to come more of at a local level, right? And that's, so when you talk about that, but the ACA, I don't think the Republicans have a plan. In fact, somebody just texted earlier and said this, and, somebody who voted, look, if the GOP doesn't fix the economy and healthcare monopoly, I'm not going to vote for this party again. I understand that. I understand. And look, the economy is a big deal. Affordability, they better figure out how to talk about it. Do I think he has a plan? You're only going to have so much of a plan because you got to go to Congress and you're trying to bring stuff back here and, for your district and stuff. But, I think he's got a good head on his shoulders and he's obviously a smart guy. But, the question is going to be affordability next year. If we get through the first quarter and life is tough and we get towards that, into that second quarter and it doesn't feel like getting better, people by then will have made up their mind. And he was talking about, and we didn't really have a chance because, we were talking about a lot of different things. It's about also who's enthused. And I will tell you this right now. The Democrats have the enthusiasm on their side. They feel like there's stuff there. They feel like there's opportunity there. And turnout is going to matter. And, I think he's hustling a lot more than he was, say, 3-4 weeks ago when he felt he was up by 15 or 20. There's a little bit more of the urgency, I think, that you're seeing. But you've got to be able to, get out there and and speak to the people. But as he said, everywhere I go, it's about affordability. It's about affordability. And he recognizes you can't tell everybody life is great and they don't feel it. And the weed thing. The weed thing was, for a lot of our listeners, little no. So funny. I don't even smoke.
Yeah, you don't do anything, Brother Chad. You don't even take ibuprofen.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I saw a blurb today where apparently the Department of Agriculture in Texas is calling for repealing the hemp ban.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
Well, they know how much money. Yeah. It's a $28 billion a year industry right now.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is, who was the one who spent the most money? Weed and then alcohol. Big cannabis and alcohol who spent the most money because they don't want competition.
You mean pharmaceuticals?
No, big weed.
Oh, big
because
weed.
Because weed has to go through licensing.
Oh, I see.
And you could sell this stuff, a lot of these things like your drinks and everything just in the liquor store. They don't have to go through the same thing that weed does. And they want to sell that same stuff, but they want it to be done in their stores.
Yeah. Well, this bill would kill the drinks too.
Yeah.
It kills everything.
Yeah. So why is it we can't have a middle of the ground candidate? You know what it is? It's people say middle of the road is what it is where's the independent thinker that's willing to look at all sides, find out what's best, what's true based on data, and go from there. We can't have that because right now we don't live in a time with algorithms and with arguments the way they are to allow somebody to be level-headed. It's all about performative. It is. It's all performative. Van Epps needs to work harder. I do think that there's a sense that he is feeling like that she's catching up a little bit. And, we'll see. At the end of the day, it's enthusiasm, man. It's all about turnout.
Well, it's turnout, and it's the time of year when this is going to be held too.
Yes.
I mean, we're in the middle of the holidays now.
Yeah.
Next week we are in it.
We are in it, right? We are way in it. I mean, because I'm only here Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm off until the following Tuesday, I think. And like you said, when is it? It's the 2nd, right? The following Tuesday's day I come back is election day.
Yes.
He was even saying, people have been telling him, I already voted for you. He's like, no, that was the primary. They thought it, well, some people don't get it, but people just aren't paying attention because, like you said, you got you got a vacation, if you got family in town, you got to get ready for Christmas, the end of the year, we're in it. And a special election in early December isn't top of mind. And so that's why being in front of everybody's face is important. And the enthusiasm, go look at the enthusiasm gap right now. And you usually get a bump when it comes to the party that is chasing power. But to give you an idea of how big that is, if all things are even, right, like as far as enthusiasm, and they look at the polls, and Chris Stirewalt was talking about this the other day, the Democrats have to win by about 6 to 8 points to take back the House. Right now, their enthusiasm gap is so big, they're up by 15. That's tough. And this is going to be, Matt was even saying, look, so far, early voting has been very minuscule. Very. So we will see. We will see. Again, I bet you I wouldn't be surprised if we have him on or at least talk to him one more time before the election. But it's going to be an interesting one. And, I bet we get Afton on as well. And hopefully we do. Like you said, she texted Bell a little while ago. And
I bet she was listening.
She probably was, And I said, because I said, tell her we stood up for her because we thought that stuff that you said was kind of, so ridiculous about, and everybody's like, oh, she's a communist. How she hates Nashville. She doesn't hate Nashville.
Well, I've texted her multiple times and she hadn't texted back. So finally, I just texted her again. And I said, I usually have to be dating a woman for her to ignore me this much. And she finally wrote me back.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have no idea what it's like. with him.
Yeah, early voting ends on Wednesday.
Yeah, and he says it's dating, but for the rest of us, it's just normally known as stalking. But, there's that as well. It's okay, though. You're not good at it. You're not like you're a
about
ninja.
dating her. I'm saying it would normally be a woman I'm dating ignoring me this much.
That's right. Yeah, women ignore him like cats. Just kind of ignore. They're like, I'll talk to you when I need to, Belle, and you can feed me.
Feed me.
All right, coming up, the welcome mat. I saw him here a little while ago.
I heard him earlier. He
Yeah,
was
I
out
did.
there in the hallway gallivanting around.
He does gallivant. That's part of it. He sachets and gallivants. You guys don't know that. That's what we deal with here. It is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Bow. Wow. It's like a didgeridoo there. Wow. It is.
Man, those didgeridoos.
Wow. Those things
Annoying.
were so awesome.
Annoying.
I'm pissed that they moved the giant turkey.
Mandis.
Man, this is the worst.
Dan
they put
Mandis. Stuffed it in the corner. Nobody stuffs turkey in the corner.
I know.
Oh, she'll be back out, baby.
Yeah.
She'll be back out.
Yep.
What
So
do we?
Patrick
What was?
Swayze? He was 37. She was 15. That's statutory rape. The guy should have said, "Let me tell you what's going to happen to you. You're going to jail, Patrick."
Yeah, nobody puts baby in the corner. You know who puts baby in the corner? Her father. And oh, by the way, here these authorities want to talk with you.
He's like, "But Epstein told me it was okay." Epstein in the Adirondacks. Or
It's a
whatever it
weirdo
was.
movie.
Where were they out? They were upstate New York. Right?
Oh yeah, they were up there. And don't get me started on Pretty Woman. Don't get me started on Pretty Woman. It's just a movie about a whore.
That's all
I mean,
it is.
It's all it is.
But you know what? It's a whore with a heart. That's the name of my movie, Whore with a Heart.
I don't think it's going to sell like Pretty Woman.
Well, you know what?
That is so mean. It's a movie about the redemption of a whore.
With a heart. Remember, you can't kiss her lips. You can run a train, but
Right.
you can't kiss her lips.
Jesus, Chad,
Goodness.
come on.
Somebody move that turkey.
Well, it's not a family show, but whatever.
Yeah, sorry, kids.
Jeez. No, I used to say it a different way. It's like, she won't kiss you. She'll give you, but she won't kiss you. But whatever.
Oh, my God. Sorry, people, if you're offended by that. God bless you, and we apologize. But if it made you laugh, you know what? You're welcome. What are you talking about today, man?
We'll have Friday on Thursday. So he's gone through the Epstein transparency
Bill
law, I guess it is now. And he's going to break down how they can violate it. So we'll find out together, how it potentially could be violated. And I said yesterday, and I'm going to go over it again, that, look, I still have a hope that, we'll have all of this on the table and let everybody consume it. I'm hopeful that Trump has had someone in his inner circle get to him and say, listen, all the bad stuff about you for the most part, is out there.
Well, you hope so.
You would hope, right? Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be bad. So all the bad stuff about you is there, and
don't make it worse for yourself.
Let's go. Let's make it happen, and you get the high ground. That's how you get high ground.
Yeah.
Because all of these other people, otherwise, you will continue to speculate that he's either protecting himself or protecting someone else, and that goes to the heart of what I voted. I voted against that. Yes, right. Absolutely. In 2016, I voted for transparency and to drain the swamp, and that feels swampy. So hopefully he's going to do the right thing. We'll talk about that at the top, and then I don't know. Afton hates Nashville, apparently.
We were just talking about that. Like, she doesn't hate that. She does hate the what are those things? The little riding the bike thing.
Pedal taverns.
Pedal taverns. Yeah.
Bachelorette parties.
And bachelorette and the woo girls.
Which, by the way, so many people in the text line. Yeah, I kind of agree with her on that.
Everybody's like that. But you know what I see when I see the woo girls? What? I see money. Let those drunks pay my taxes for me.
Yeah.
Right. No, look, that's the way I look at it.
Look, you know what it is?
The government's going to get their money somehow.
And I always say this because, coming from a place, California, which, everybody always whines, well, you guys all moved out here from California. Let me tell you about California. Nobody's from California except for a few of us. But we recognize the tax dollars that come in. Everybody wants all of their dollars. They don't want what comes with their dollars.
Yeah, those girls need to stay home and send a check.
By the way, he said he wants to follow them and shoot them with a paintball gun.
Bell's been around. Bell's like a unicorn. He's a true Nashvilleian, right? He's been here because y'all know, and I come from a place, I'm going to talk a little about this too. I come from a place where Birmingham, Alabama didn't have a lot going on. And Birmingham, Alabama would look at, the grass is always greener on the other side.
Greener.
Birmingham would look at a place like Nashville and go, man, I wish I could be that. I wish we had that amount of tourism money. I wish we had that amount of activity. I wish we were the it city. And you move to the it city, and the it city's like, we suck. We hate ourselves.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, the grass is always greener.
Grass is always greener,
Always
I suppose.
And we're going to raise your property taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the property tax thing. Plus, we've got a turkey. Plus, yes, Ken's here. That's right. But I repeat myself. I did there. We got a turkey. We're going to talk turkey at the 6 o'clock hour. So if you have any turkey talk that you need to get out, and I mean like turkey dinner.
Serious turkey talk.
Serious turkey talk in the 6 o'clock hour. So
There you go.
Very excited.
Matt and Straight Ahead, you guys have a good one. We'll do it again tomorrow.